thank you so much for sitting down with me. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
No problem.
I am WizThrift. I do interviews with creators. Can you give yourself a little
Yeah.
introduction for me?
So first and foremost, thank you for having me here with Drift. It's my pleasure. So I'm Philippe, but you can call me Rimgar from Rimgar Maps. I around 1 year ago, when I started to play D&D with my wife and some friends, I was chosen as DM, and
Nice.
because I'm a bit of a control freak.
Nice.
I soon discovered that you could draw the maps for the adventures, and I I noticed that I quite like doing it. So, and that's more or less how my journey started. And right now, my page, Rimgar Maps, is dedicated to the maps that I draw. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Sweet. Well, before we jump right into it, I got to talk about my sponsor really quick. You
Oh,
probably heard me talk about him a little bit on my page, but I work with the Dungeon Forge, and we make all
okay.
types of like miniatures, some dice, some shirts, a lot of cool stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
check them
yeah.
out. They're awesome. I'm actually doing a giveaway right
Sure.
now, giving away
Okay.
a really cool figurine miniature once I hit 300 followers. So hopefully
Okay.
I'll get
Cool.
there soon. Oh
I
yeah,
have to check it out.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Awesome. Well, you spoke about how you started D&D with your wife and some friends.
Yeah.
What got you guys started on that?
So basically, we had not mutual friends, but
Hmm.
I had some friends. My wife had some friends that played, and they said, "Oh, this is so awesome! You got to try it." And we okay, we started talking about it. One of my friends uh, told me about Critical Role, and we are watching it now also.
Nice, nice.
So and that was basically it. We chat in with some mutual friends of ours who would be interested in playing. They
Hmm.
said, "Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's try it." So, who's going to be the DM? Uh, and I, okay, it can be
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
And
Hey,
that's how we started. We bought the starter pack, the Lost Mines of Fandover,
mm-hmm.
and actually we ended the main campaign, that main campaign, some time ago, because yeah, with COVID and everything like that,
Yeah,
our we played a little bit less, and well, getting every schedule, um, finding a mutual time,
yeah.
sometimes it's difficult, so it took some time also, but yeah.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
that was it.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. You became a dungeon master. How did you then start drawing maps? What was your inspiration?
So I when because I was going to be the DM,
Hmm.
I started to look into how do you play the game,
Yeah, that's a
uh,
good place to start.
and yeah, so I started to look in YouTube, on the internet, things like that, and I found one really great guy, Nate from WASD 20.
Mm-hmm.
And he had some tutorials on how to play the game, how you could manage things. Then obviously I end up finding other people like the Dungeon Dudes, DM
Yeah.
Lair, so and so on. But as Nate, one of the things that he did and still does is drawing the maps. And I started to see, oh, this is quite, this is cool.
Yeah.
I like it. And as we started to play, I got the feeling that, okay, I like to play the module and I like to play the adventure, but I feel that I would like to um, create my own story, my own homebrew world. And sorry, and that's how I started to look into it, trying to understand. Okay, if I want to draw a map, how should I do it? How can which kind of techniques can I use? And yeah, that's about how it started.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you? I saw one of your first. I think it was your first post. You drew a map and it was all in pencil. Do you
Yeah,
still draw
yeah,
in pencil, or have you done digital art, or what do you do right now to create your maps?
yeah. Basically, it's still paper.
Okay.
I've considered some possibilities
Mm.
of because um, I, one thing I really like the feel of the maps in paper
Same.
because I think they have a very unique feel to them, or a person, even if you can say something like their personality, that
Yeah.
you can see the map. um, I don't I saying this, I'm not taking value to the wonderful work many artists do in digital form,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because some people do amazing, completely amazing work
Yeah.
and pieces of art. I simply prefer to do it by hand.
Yeah.
Um, sometime down the line, I may consider doing some things digitally, but for now, I keep just pen, pencil, and pen. And the first map is in reality the one I've left in just pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, my process is I make the sketch in pencil, then I put it in ink.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
That's.
Sorry for
Oh,
any buzz that may pass
it's all good. It's
on the
all
street.
good. I can't believe you're not in a professional studio. Oh my gosh. No.
Thank you.
Uh, no, that's really cool. That's fantastic. I totally get what you mean about the personality of the paper. I still like using like pen and paper to
Yeah,
write my notes for my
yeah,
games.
sure.
I prefer it that way. It's a little messier, but I love that. Like I love reading books physically, not on phones or whatever, because
Yeah,
yeah, it just feels better. So I totally get that.
I completely agree with you. And I had a discussion once at a Christmas dinner, a Christmas family dinner, where a cousin of mine said, "Oh no, I believe that books eventually will disappear because you can read everything in tablets and on the internet." And I was saying, like, no,
Mm-mm.
no,
Mm.
no. I think the smell, the touch,
Yep.
it's even the sound that you
Yeah.
make when you touch or you pass the sheets of paper. It's and at least for me, when I'm reading something in a screen, I feel it's a little bit harder to get the information,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, and I don't agree with your family member. I think books will be around forever.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think they're ever
Yeah,
going away.
yeah, obviously that market, that the ebooks,
Hmm.
even the audiobooks, things like those, obviously they may grow,
Yeah.
but I don't think the physical book will ever disappear, and I hope the physical book never disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I completely agree on that one. There's just, yeah, you said it
Mm,
perfectly. There's the personality, the feeling, the smell. It's great.
yeah,
It really is
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
That's awesome. So, what have been your first being a dungeon master? Starting out
Yeah.
being a dungeon master, what have been some of your challenges that have come along with that?
Um, well, I have to think a little bit about that because
You're perfect.
no, 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 no. First and foremost, I hate the notion of perfection.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
No, what do I mean by that?
Hmm.
I think that you should always, and it is something that at least I try to. Um, it's something that I try to use in many areas of my life is that when you think of something as perfect, usually it's something that it's unchanged,
Hmm.
or supposedly if it's perfect you don't need to change, but change is all around. Change is what really makes you move. It's what
Yeah.
makes you um, and even perfection. I prefer little uh, mistakes, or little those little um, mistakes that
Yeah.
someone may, because I think they are again, they are a mark of the personality of what a person really is,
Yeah.
or of your work, or it's, I think it's a reflection of oneself. Those little mistakes are, so no, I'm far from perfect. I have many a really long road to go.
Yeah.
One I I don't think I will ever reach at the end of, because I really like to think that there will always be small details I can improve.
Yeah.
Some, but the most difficult thing for me, it is sometimes trying to balance the how do I say this? Trying to balance the how I describe
Mm.
things, the scene,
Hmm.
because sometimes I can have, sorry,
It's okay. Take your time.
it can be a challenge sometimes to balance the, I don't want to give that much information that would uh, cut the cats.
Cut the cats. Got it. No, just kidding.
Two cats, two
Nice.
Siamese cats. At least
Mm.
for according to our cat, they are adorably sweet, but at the same time, they are hyperactive.
Yeah, especially
But
especially at night. Cats, they really get it
yeah,
going
yeah,
at nighttime.
yeah, true. But as I was saying, I think that sometimes is balancing giving too much information that would make a scene too heavy and
Hmm.
break the action,
Gotcha.
and not giving enough information for the players to really visualize the scene, because, well, yeah, Dungeon Master, at Dungeons and Dragons, I believe others, but I will talk about my experience, that is with Dungeons and Dragons.
Mm-hmm.
It's highly dependent on the players
Yeah,
creating that image. So
it's
at least
true.
for me, it's one of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree because you don't want to take away the mystery or
Yeah.
the intrigue of this new place, but at the same time, you want to give them that picture,
Yeah.
so that way that they want to be in that world. That's
Yeah.
I think that's a challenge that everybody struggles with. So I totally get that. What has been your favorite part of being a dungeon master?
My favorite part of being the dungeon master. So, everything.
That's a good answer. That's a great answer.
No, I never had the experience of being a player,
Okay.
and
Wow.
I want to have that one day.
Yeah.
I really would like to have it one day. But as for being the dungeon master, I think it's um, one of one of the biggest and most is at the end of a session, seeing the eyes and the expression of the players around the table. They're going, I want more. Like, I had we played as I was saying, we played the Lost Mines of Fandelver, but I decided to make some changes, and at the end, because I thought, okay, I can try to do a little bit something a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I took the cryovane from from Icespire Peak that we have also bought.
Yeah.
And so they were returning to the town after completing the mines of Fandelver, and when they were returning to Fandolin, I described it's the end of the afternoon. You see the sun behind starting to set behind the mountains, so in tones of orange and red, and then you start to notice smoke, and you start to run, and as you run to the village of Fandolin, you start to hear faint screams, and then you hear, and I make the sound. I try to make the sound of dragon wings, and
Yeah.
you just see a dragon go away in the distance, and this is the session. See you next. And they were, no.
I get that, and I agree. That is one of my favorite things to do, and that's how you know you did a good job at the end of the session. They're like, no, like let's keep going, let's keep going.
Yeah. One other, it's because we have that one group with my wife and two friends, and then later on, two other friends decided, okay, we want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
We want to try it, but to don't. So we didn't really mix things up, and because right now they live in Switzerland, so sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to combine things. They are also our friends from Portugal, but they are living there now.
Oh, gotcha.
So we decided to create just a set of small adventures, and we right now they were at this a set of sewers that I have drawn for them, and I simply thought of introducing an NPC that's like a quatuor. I don't know. It's kind of a fish person, and it's a bumbly thing, completely nonsensical, and from start to finish, as they were laughing out loud with any and every interaction
Yeah.
with that NPC, and those are the kind of things that
Yeah.
yeah. Or also obviously a good thing. Also, it's when the players they finish. They are having a really hard fight, and then I say something. Okay, how do you want to do it?
Yeah.
And this is the thing that I picked up from watching Critical Role
Yeah.
Matt when he does. I think it also gives some the players like okay. How do you want to do it? I think it gives the players some a little bit more a sense of control over the story and their actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really important. Keeping the balance and everything, and yeah, make it like you just said, making sure your players have that feeling of control. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I can tell from the smiles and the stories and the way that you get into it that you really love being a dungeon master.
I do.
That's so fantastic. I gotta tell you though, you need to be a player. You gotta
I
do it because
know. I know.
it's important for a DM to be a player because then you can understand where to improve as well. So I,
Yeah.
but
Sure.
but
No.
hey,
I agree with you. I agree with you.
yeah,
And
but
and I have some wacky players characters that I would like to play.
yeah. That's another thing. You're like, because we're always creating NPCs and worlds. We're like, oh, I want to play this guy in the game, but then you never get a chance to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Going back to your maps. Do you have a
Yeah. Sure.
favorite map that you have created? And if you have it, can you show it to me?
Okay, so let me see if I have it here. Let me check it out. Well, I have some who are really some I really like. Let me open it here.
Yeah,
Um,
if you don't have like a favorite, you don't have to show that. I just like seeing your maps. They're
no,
really
no,
cool.
no. Thank you. No, I have kind of some favorites.
Hmm.
Let me check. They are here. Um, well, okay, I can show you this. This is one of my favorites. Is one I. Sorry for the buzz.
It's all good, no worries.
This is one of my favorites. Obviously, it's inspired in the Wano country because I'm a One Piece
Ah,
fan.
nice, nice.
I love the work of Eiichiro Oda,
Mm,
and when at the beginning of the year when One Piece reached chapter 1000, I decided to try and make the Wano country in my style.
that's really cool.
Then, thank you.
No, your style is very interesting and it's different, but it has like you talked about that personality to it. I love the your line work. I love that you keep it black and white or
Yeah,
parchment and black. I don't know, uh, but it's fantastic. It really is.
thank you. The other maps, I would say, I really like this a cave map I did.
Mhm.
Um, it's this one. It's a simple cave map that I did to try and see
Wow.
how I would do things.
Hmm. Wow.
And yeah,
Dang. I really
and
one thing I really like about it is the
yeah,
sword and the north direction.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a really sweet detail.
Thank you. the Well, the others, those are probably two of my favorite
Hmm.
maps. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, but um, Yeah,
I
I think so.
Another thing I love is the lines that you do outside of it to kind of
Yeah,
accentuate the just the way the map is. Looks really cool.
thank you.
Yeah. How did you come up with the character Rimgar? Is that an NPC from your games, or is that just kind of a username that you created?
No, basically, Rimgar. It's well, I also play from time to time because the schedule is not so forgiving to do that. But I also play World of Warcraft
Okay, nice.
from time to time. Yeah. And Rimgar was one of the characters I created some years ago, and
Cool.
I like the sound of it. Um, it's I picked up the some of the letters of a city here in Portugal
Hmm.
and rearranged them and came up with a name. And basically, I like the sound of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was looking with what name could I give to the page to my account, I decided, yeah, okay, this sounds cool. Let's
Yeah,
go with it. That was it. Yeah,
that's fantastic. Keep it simple. Uh,
yeah.
and I've seen a lot of your maps. Are they all from a homebrew world that you've created?
Some of them are simple tests,
Okay.
well, the beginning ones. They were um, independent maps, just
Mm-hmm.
trying to see how to do things. Then more recently, I participated in a challenge, the March Map Challenge,
Oh, okay.
All You Map Challenge from Bumblebee Cartography.
Nice.
Um, so many of the most recent posts are showing how I do certain things on my maps, but I try to. Besides that, I have one. It's not really a homebrew world because it doesn't really have a story behind it,
Okay.
but it's I created a world where I had the continent map, then zoomed into the region map,
Mm.
then to in that region or that kingdom, I picked some settlements, some places, and I drew them just to get the feeling of different types of maps. The My homebrew world, I have a sketch. I have the basic concepts like how how things came to be, or
Yeah.
how how which kind of kingdoms, races, things like those. But I
Yeah.
haven't started to draw the maps for
Mm.
for that one yet.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Dang. Do you have any tips for new map makers or people that are trying to get into it?
Do it.
Just do it. Yeah. There you go.
Just do it. No,
I
well,
mean, no,
because
that's a good tip though. Just go. Just
yeah,
try. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Because I think that um, obviously, when you start at the beginning, things will seem kind of hard,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe you don't think, oh, but I'll never be able to do something like that.
Yeah.
Or um, I think it's really a question of trying it.
Yeah.
If maybe you manage to uh, pass your idea to paper,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you don't. But if you try it, you may find that you enjoy it. If you enjoy it, um, you can even keep at it, and if you do it, if you keep at it, and if you try to understand how things work, and more importantly, how things work for you,
Yeah.
um, I think you'll have a really good time. If
Yeah.
not, there are many people or many resources that you can use. But I
Yeah.
think at you should at least try it.
Perfect advice. Do you have any books or any other inspiration that helps fuel your creative process?
Yeah, yeah. So also related to Nate from WSD20,
Hmm.
he spoke about some books that in one of his videos he spoke of some books that he also checked it from Jared Blando,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, where he shows the process and he gives tips. And I have the fantasy and art and RPG maps, and
Mm.
also the settlement book. He has two
Oh,
books.
okay.
I have both, and they are a great help. Um, at the end, I decided that uh, I didn't need more books, because I usually look at after the books, and when I created my page, I
Hmm.
started to follow other people,
Gotcha.
and basically my inspiration comes from uh, the amazing artists that I discovered since the start of my page,
Yes.
and things around me, things you can always look for. If you are if you want a medieval type world, you can always look for some old towns and cities in Europe, because with the castles and
Yeah.
things like that, they give a really good inspiration. And I think that's about it. Looking at other people work, I think it's really important too.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Well, that's actually all my questions, and also I know you need to get to bed because it's really late for you where you're at right now. But is there anything you want to shout out before we head off?
Uh, um, as it comes to mind, I don't have anything. I hope that everyone that may be listening this may find it somewhat interesting or inspiring. If anyone decides to draw their own maps from this, I would be extremely honored.
Yeah.
Then and again, thank you for the invite. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Um, it, it didn't bother me at all. Don't
Well, that's
and
that's good to
it was
know.
really a pleasure.
Thank you.
And I think, yeah, enjoy. Most of all, enjoy. If you want to draw maps or draw characters or create a story for a tabletop game, or simply for the sake of it, because some people simply draw things because they want to,
Yeah.
as long as it is something that brings you some kind of joy, do it and embrace it.
There
And
you
I
go.
think that's about it.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
That's fantastic. I think that's the best way we could end this thing. But
yeah,
thank you again. I really appreciate you sitting
you're
down here
welcome.
with me and
Yeah.
talking. Let me pick your brain on these things. But yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no
Awesome.
problem.
Well,
It
have
was a really pleasure,
yeah.
a really great pleasure.
Go get some sleep and have a
I
good
will.
night.
Thank you very much,
Awesome.
Colton.
Hey.
Well, good night. No, because it's 4 in
It's
the afternoon for
afternoon for
you.
me. Oh, awesome. I'll be going to
Yeah.
sleep later, so good night works.
Yeah, and I hope to continue to I'm missing the word, but to sleep deprivation. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No,
No, I hope to continue to follow your progress and
thank you.
to keep to witness the amazing stuff you post and things like that.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
yeah, some of those they really made me laugh.
Good,
So,
good. I hope that's. I mean, I like making the homebrew items and the maps and the
yeah,
campaign ideas,
yeah,
but memes are they're fun.
yeah,
That's all I can ask is
yeah,
that if I got you to laugh, hey, that's a success right there.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Awesome.
so yeah,
Well,
thank you
hey,
again.
no problem. Thank you, and have a good night. I'll see you later. And
Yeah, you
tell your
too.
cats
See
that
you.
their cats are great. I love cats.
Me too. I'm complete. I love animals, but cats.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Hey, I'll see you later.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.